The benchmark chart is not the real story here. Meta is pitching Muse Code as a fix for the thing that kills long coding agent jobs in practice. The runtime loses the thread before the work is finished. In the first official proof, the request is not a benchmark harness or a mocked-up UI. Meta feeds Muse Code a fly-through video of a lake house and asks it to build the matching booking site. Meta also shows the payoff quickly. The clip moves from the terminal into a finished Cedar Bluff page, which matters because a done message is not proof. A visible artifact is. And that opening loop matters because Meta ties Muse Code to a much bigger claim, a kernel optimization run that lasted more than 1,000 tool calls and up to 24 hours. That is the standard this runtime now has to live up to. The cleaner product page version lets you see the first half of the chain better. Muse Code gets the home video, reads the request in the terminal, and treats the brief as a real visual reference instead of a vague design prompt. Then you get the strongest part of the entire launch package, visible agent activity. Muse Code examines the reference frames, reasons over the layout, and writes the structure and styles for the page while the task stays anchored to the actual input footage. The result is not a bare template. The finished Cedar Bluff page has large hero media, editorial copy, a booking surface, and the same visual mood as the reference footage. That makes this an official product output proof, not just a code generation tease. And Meta does not stop at render complete. The browser pass scrolls through the page, lands on the booking calendar, and makes the verification beat visible. For a launch review, this is about as good as official proof gets without an independent hands-on test. That demo matters because it sits on top of a much more ambitious runtime claim. Meta says Muse Code keeps multiple async background agents alive throughout the session, so it can keep worker context and reviewer context around instead of rediscovering the repository from scratch. The second big runtime idea is the append-only local event log. Meta says every model call, tool run, approval, and edit gets recorded there, which is what lets the session replay exactly and recover cleanly after a crash or restart. That architecture also explains why Meta highlighted 3 bundled skills right away. Plan turns work into an approval-gated plan, Grill stress tests the plan until it holds up, and Goal keeps the whole run pointed at a concrete finished state. What the source pack does not prove is the everyday reliability layer around those ideas. You still do not get an independent measure of approval quality, false positives, or restart recovery under your own repository conditions. That gap matters. Meta then broadens the showcase with a short game development clip. It is real official moving product footage, but it is still only an output showcase. You do not see the full request, tool activity, and verification sequence you got in the visual coding demo. The web development clip does the same job. It shows that Muse Code can be presented as a broader creative coding agent, but it still does not prove the full causal chain the way the main multimodal demo does. The more interesting breadth proof is not another web page. It is the kernel optimization case study. Meta says Muse Spark 1.2 paired with Muse Code iteratively wrote, compiled, profiled, and improved Hopper kernels over more than 1,000 tool calls. Meta adds that these runs can last up to 24 hours, and that is the most direct statement of the product ambition. But the kernel charts are still vendor evidence tied to Meta's own harness and methodology, so they belong in the evidence column, not the certainty column. Now for the benchmark section, with the caveat first. Meta reports Muse Spark 1.2 with Muse Code at 82.9% on Terminal Bench 2.1, while the same chart places Claude Opus 5 at 86.7%. Meta also says those third-party products may not be shown in their own optimized environments, which is an important qualifier. The DeepSWE chart tells a similar story. Meta reports 59.3% for Muse Spark 1.2 with Muse Code, below Claude Opus 5 at 65.0 and GPT 5.6 Terra at 64.8 in Meta's published comparison. So the public benchmark story is competitive and interesting, not clean domination. Pricing is where the trade-off gets concrete. Both tiers list a 1 million token context window, but the contributor tier is much cheaper and explicitly says your data is used to improve Meta's products. The standard tier costs more, and the page says it is not used to improve Meta's products. So the verdict is pretty clear. Meta has the most compelling runtime story in this launch package, and the official multimodal proof is genuinely strong. But the benchmark edge is not decisive. The best long-horizon claims are still vendor-reported, and the contributor pricing tier carries an explicit data improvement trade-off. The right next step is a controlled beta trial on a disposable or low-risk repository, with approval review and restart recovery tested before any production codebase goes near it.